Welcome back to Yang Daily. I'll be your host, Alex Cheney, bringing you all the Yang news you need to live your life right. Sorry for the late post, got a bit hung up today. Let's get straight into it. Quick shout out to our Tier 3 patrons, Peter Park, Shay Meehan, and Nathan Stankowski, as well as all our other patrons. You keep us all informed and engaged. If any of you out there want to join these advocates of humanity first and independent journalism, head on over to patreon.com/YangDaily. It would only take a couple of bucks a month from each listener to keep this podcast and community going and growing into the future. Now on to the news. The Biden administration has agreed to lift intellectual property rights protections on the COVID vaccines to allow international companies to produce the vaccines locally. The next step would be what's known as tech transfer, where patent holders supply personnel and technical knowledge to help others replicate their work. It's unclear how or if patent holders will be compensated at this time. Federal Judge Amy Berman has ruled that the former Attorney General Barr misled the public, the courts, and Congress in his statements about the Mueller investigation into Russian interference in the election. The Mueller report detailed 11 ways in which Trump may have been guilty of obstructing the investigation and left it to the DOJ to pursue further. AG Barr then claimed to consult with legal experts and claims that he was advised none of the 11 instances warranted further investigation or prosecution. He went further with the public, implying that Trump had been exonerated by the report, rather than found potentially guilty of 11 counts of obstruction of justice. The judge finds that Barr lied in saying he had been advised that obstruction charges were insufficient evidence for further investigation, and that he lied to the public with his framing of the report, a finding shared by other judges in the past. Basically, that he obstructed an investigation into obstruction. Turtles all the way down. Berman has demanded the DOJ release the memo, which has been withheld from the public, in which Barr claims said advice was transmitted. On to New York, Yang received a host of endorsements yesterday from New York City Councilmen Yeager and Eichenstein, as well as the Asian American and Pacific Islander Victory Fund. In UBI news, UBI advocate Brianna Urbina has won her race for city councilwoman in New Carrollton and is looking to get started immediately on getting cash to the people. Congratulations, Brianna. In California, the Mountain View City Council this week agreed to a UBI pilot. The proposal has no hard details yet and still needs formal approval next month, but would put $1 million into the program from the American Rescue Plan. And finally, UBI is blowing up in the UK. 19 mayoral candidates, 105 Welsh Synod candidates, 107 Scottish candidates, and 412 UK council candidates have all pledged to support UBI trials if elected, making a grand total of 643. It's not always obvious, but we're changing the world, gang. Keep up the great work, and big thank you to the UBI Lab Network. And that'll do it for today's Yang Daily. Bookmark and share the vaccine patent lift, the UBI pledges, and the Mountain View basic income. Flood Congress with calls, tweets, faxes, and letters using the ResistBot or Income Movement easy contacts below. If you need help, consult Humanity Forward, the Income Movement Aid Database, the Mission Asset Fund, or United Way, and don't forget to Yang Daily.